Hi guys, I hope that you guys are doing pretty well. So I'm sorry for not posting at exactly 8 yesterday. So I had to go on campus for something, and I also recorded some of the thing that I did yesterday. So if you guys want to check it out, it's kind of interesting. So you guys can go and check it out. I'll put it like somewhere, maybe here or here. I don't know, but yeah, that was all about it. So I hope that you guys are doing pretty well today. And today's subject is how am I getting clinical experience? So for those who didn't know, applying to med school is a process, and the process has different section or maybe different part. One of the most important part, or maybe one of the part, is clinical experience. And clinical experience, honestly, is really hard to get when you first started, when you don't have any experience at all, any clinical experience at all, because some of the hospice and maybe some of the places that you will try to get clinical experience from, they will ask you to have previous clinical experience, and sometimes they might not be really interested into actually taking somebody without any clinical experience in their team. But one way you can actually do so that you can walk around that and not go straight through it is doing medical scribe. So if you do medical scribe, so you will have to undergo training with the scribe company, different scribe company that we have out there, such as Scribe America, Scribe X, and there is a lot of other companies, a lot of companies actually, but those are like the main one that everybody knows and everybody's trying to get into. So those are the company that you can actually go and go on their website and see if they're hiring, because I'm pretty sure they're always hiring, and so that you can submit an application. At the beginning, I didn't know anything about it. One of my pre-med friends that is actually doing her gap, his gap here right now, talked to me about being a medical scribe. I didn't even know if the job existed, frankly. Like 6 months, not 6 months, but like 9 months ago, because I really didn't know anything. Because I was fresh when I first started. I was also a freshman. So yeah. And then she talked to me about it. So we talked about our grades. She talked about her experience and everything. And she told me, yeah, you should start getting clinical experience. So that's why I think you can go for medical scribe, because you're smart, you can do it. Which is, I don't think, would not related at all. But that's what she said. And then I apply, I got in, and that's pretty much it. Right now, I'm still a scribe, but am I actively working at the hospital? No, I'm not, because the company that I'm working for, the contract got cut off. So they're not working on contract no more. So they're pretty much like working based on a need. So if they need you, they will call you. So that's pretty much like how it's going right now, which is the reason why I'm thinking about going through a certification program and get a new thing, such as RBT or CNA. Not CNA. I'm not gonna go and be trying to become a CNA. No shit on CNAs, but it's just because it takes a good amount of time, and I wanna have, or not I wanna have, but I wanna spend more time studying and put them on my study and go and meet other people in the field and learn from them and learn different things on the application process, because there is a lot to learn than actually trying to become a CNA and have to go through 12 hours or 24-hour shift right away. Even if sometimes some scribe have 12 hours for 24-hour shift, not 24 hours, but 12-hour shift. But the thing is different. The environment is different. And what you actually have to do is really different. So that's why I'm not trying to go and get a certification and become a CNA, even if it was my first idea. So that's why I'm not trying to do that right now. But I'm not saying CNA is bad, or if you go try to become a CNA, that's a really bad thing. You're not gonna have time for yourself. But for me, I do need time for myself. I also do need time to make research and go and meet other people. So that's why I'm not trying to become a CNA, because around me does shift for 12 hours. So I can't do that. And you can go for scribing, and you also can go for EMT. EMT, I don't really have a good amount of information about it because I never tried to become an EMT. And so you need to keep in mind that CNA, EMT, search tech, so all those things that I've said and those I didn't say, so they are certification programs. So you actually need to go to a program, which usually can be around like 6 months to up to 1 year, maybe 2 years, I think. But I think surgical tech is like up 1 year. So you actually need to go to the program, graduate, get your professional license, not license, a professional certification. Is it a license? Yeah, a professional license. They will give you, the state will give you a license that I think you'll have to renew the license every year. So it does take a good amount of time, and also it's also money investment. See it as an investment because you can do some decent amount of money with a search tech certification. One thing that most people actually do as well also, they go for medical assistant. Medical assistant is actually less time than search tech, and it's I not sure like it's the same amount of money, but no, it's not the same amount of money, but it's kind of like way much more better than being a medical scribe. So that's why some people actually go and become a medical assistant instead of a medical scribe and a search tech, because search tech less time to search tech and more money than medical scribe. So they go for it. I haven't tried to become a medical assistant because I didn't really like what they were doing. I mean the medical assistant that I was exposed to. So those that I was exposed to back on my physician practice, the only thing that they were doing is pretty much like calling people, scheduling appointment, confirming appointment, and that was pretty much it. And I didn't really wanted to do that because I really want the clinical experience. I really want to interact with the doctor and kind of like see their thought process, see how they think about different thing, and also take random advice from them sometimes, like one of them that I was working with used to do. So that's why I'm not trying to become a medical assistant. But I do know that it can the work that you have to do as a medical assistant can change based on the practice that you are, but pretty much the same exact thing, confirming, calling. So I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that. I really wanted to go and see the patient with the doctor and see what the doctor is doing with the patient, and not give a diagnosis right away, but kind of like see him thinking about it, ask the good questions, or maybe the questions, how am I gonna know that they're good? Has the patient the questions, and actually trying to come up with something and see him deliver the answer, maybe the response to the patient back. So I really like that. That's why I'm still gonna be a medical scribe, whether or not I go and try to find a certification and all the stuff, because it's really interesting for me. And I also get to learn how to write good notes. It is something that I will need on my future career as well. So it's like me killing a bird with two stones. Is that the thing that they say? I don't know, but that's pretty much it. And also another thing that I can advise you to do when it comes to clinical experience. So there is different way that you can go to try to get clinical experience. So you can go to the hospice, or maybe you go to the hospitals. So ask them if they want any medical scribe, if they want any what's the name again? But there's like so many things that I'm thinking about when it comes to clinical experience. So that's why it's really hard for me to come up with names right now. But those people, some practices are always hiring, but try to go to the newest practice from doctors that just open their own practice, because they actually need different members of the team, like clinical medical scribe, medical assistant. So they actually like need those people because they just open. So you'll be pretty lucky if you get to one of those practices, because they do pay way much more than working at a hospital, a really good hospital or something else. So that I'm not telling you that to actually try to tackle really new practice, but I'm talking about you going and try everywhere, and if you do get a new practice, you're really lucky. But if you don't, it's not like something that you absolutely need to do. So, and that was pretty much it. I know it was really weird and not structured at all, but I still wanted to make that video and share the thing that I wanted to share. So I have a new subscriber, so hi, welcome to I don't even know what, like always. And I hope that you guys are still working, learning, because that's what life is about. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Bye.